over it because the album's out and everyone's heard it, but it has now sort of become like if I made something recently, I'm now gonna test it just to see how it goes initially. So I wanna play you guys a song that I made today and yesterday just to fucking...
Do you have the internet for it?
Yeah, right?
Pressure. Too much pressure. That's too much pressure. Too much pressure. That's too much pressure. Too much pressure.
All right, I'll save the rest for tonight, but thank you guys. That's crazy. It's so funny because I had like, not like writer's block, but like the past like bunch of songs I made, I was like, I don't know if I fucking like this enough. And this was finally one where I was like, oh, I fucking like that one a lot. So glad you guys like it. Anyway, hello, thank you so much for coming. I really fucking appreciate it. This is super fucking cool. That's a really fucking cool twirler. Second place for today for sure. Still genuinely speechless over the massive. That's in my life the biggest one I've ever seen. But hello, anyway, rambling already. Thank you so much for coming to our little Q&A hangout fucking thing. So what we're gonna do is usually someone from my team will go around with the microphone and they have a fan right there to grab my attention. So they're gonna be going around handing the microphone to anyone who has any questions. So without further ado, we're just gonna fucking jump into this shit. So yeah, let's fire them off.
So I've seen you play like games on Instagram, like Elden Ring and Binding of Isaac. What other video games do you play in your pastime or you grew up playing?
Oh, good question. And like, I don't know if anyone's ever asked me this. Okay, so on the plane with Steam Deck, a lot of Binding of Isaac and Elden Ring, of course. There's a skateboarding simulator called Sessions that is like the most punishingly accurate and difficult skateboarding simulator of all time. So to me, it's like really similar to like actual skateboarding, which kind of gives it literal infinite replay value because it's just like as difficult as skateboarding, so it's almost as fun as skateboarding. So I play a lot of that in the current. Growing up though, oh my god, dude, so many. I was a Halo kid, I was a Call of Duty kid, like when matchmaking first became a thing, like when first like we started playing online. But I had a PC too, so like Fallout, Team Fortress, Counter-Strike a little bit. I was dog at Counter-Strike though.
Ocarina of Time.
You know, weirdly enough, I never had a Zelda phase, which like I feel weird about. Like you'd think I did. I had a bunch of other phases, but like weirdly enough, never got into.
Left 4 Dead.
Definitely. Oh my god. Yeah, absolutely. Left 4 Dead. A lot of PC games. Skyrim. I mean, mostly either first-person shooters or RPGs. Mostly. I mean, obviously, I've put thousands and thousands and thousands of hours into Skate 1, 2, and 3. Not 4. Just 1, 2, and 3. Team Fortress, Call of Duty, Halo. There's so many more. Oh, RuneScape, weirdly enough, no, not really. Half-Life, Gary's mod. I don't know if we got any Gary's mod kids here. Let's fucking go, dude. Yeah, Gary's mod was really fun. All the like Havoc, Steam engine stuff. And Portal was good. I'm for sure forgetting like some of the most important games, definitely. I'm gonna like remember when I get back to the green room and I'm gonna want to find you and tell you because I'm like, no, this was my favorite of all time. Yes, I'll do that. Okay, yes. Thank you so much. I hope that answers well enough. I see the fan.
Will we ever get the Puzzle Box VIP?
Oh, shit. I don't know, man. Really, I'm too honest. Probably not. I don't know. Maybe. As of right now, no hard plans, but like, who knows? Like, I always kind of like tinker with the idea of like 10, 15 years from now when I'm like in my like 40s or 50s and I have like all these fucking songs of just like one day releasing every single possible everything, you know what I mean? Like one day, 10, 15 years from now, I just like put a folder up on Dropbox with like 80, all the unreleased everything. So maybe one day. Honestly, yeah, no, I've never really even thought about it as much as I am now thinking about it now. I do think worst case scenario when I'm in my like mid to late 40s, like older, like not as playing as many shows, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna fucking gatekeep these anymore. I'll just drop literally everything. But as of right now, no, we have not discussed it, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. Hello.
Hi, I have a question about if you've ever made a song that made you sad, and what about the song that like made you sad? Does that make sense? I'm nervous, to be honest. I'm so sorry.
I'm trying to think, like I've definitely made music that like triggers sad emotions, or just like triggers emotions in general that like, it's more of like a soup of emotions. It's like a mixture of sad and other stuff. Like I would think like Opus is kind of sad, but it's like a triumphant sad, or like a, you know what I mean? Nothing Between is pretty sad. I don't know, I just like sad music in general. Like I grew up on sad music, like all of my favorite bands are like, my all-time favorite is Radiohead, and that is like the ultimate sad music. So I like, definitely all of the music I grew up listening to seeps into the music that I make now. And I always notice whenever I start a song, like my first inclination is always to just make sad chords. I hate happy music, it makes me angry, I don't know why. I mean sometimes, I don't know. But yeah, I think a lot of my songs are like chord progressionally, that's not a word, sad. I don't know if they actually make me literally sad in the moment. Sometimes I'll just be sad while working on them for whatever, you know, I'm just in a shit mood that day or something. But I don't know if like, if I've ever like been working on a song, was in a good mood, and then the song made me sad. I don't know if that's ever happened, but definitely I do gravitate towards making sad music just because that's what I personally identify and what I grew up listening to as well. So, oh yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
I want to know where the weirdest, most obscure sample you've ever found was.
My favorite example of this is there was a TikTok of this like larger content creator talking about, he's like, you ever go through Splice and you just come across the weirdest vocal sample pack ever? Like it'll be normal, and then extremely weird. And then it was stitched by Eliminate. Fuck, what was it? Oh yeah, it was so Eliminate, if you're familiar with Eliminate the artist, he stitched it and he goes, oh god, please don't be about me. Is this the Zookeeper sample? And then it cut back to the guy talking about the weird samples, and then he was like, you're scrolling and it's like, drop the bass line, like normal, and then, well, slap my ass and call me the fucking Zookeeper. So I think that's the craziest sample I've ever heard. I think that's Eliminate just said that, but one of my favorites for sure, I think, yeah. Over yonder.
Will you be at Shambhala in any context this year?
Dude, I hope. So, I'm gonna take this as an opportunity to double down on the I'm not in charge discourse. I just go where they send me, and I hope they send me everywhere, truly. I've definitely said before, Shams is like one of my favorites to attend. It is like the best fucking vibes. It's the most beautiful, and they just have such a good lineup, and the stages are so fucking cool, and everyone's so nice, and it's just awesome. I hope to be there fucking every year, but at the same time, they do such an unbelievably good job at curating an extremely cool, eclectic, diverse, you know, they don't rinse the same shit over and over again. So when they don't, you know, if I'm not there multiple years in a row, it's absolutely a decision that I both understand and respect and can appreciate. I definitely hope to be there every year. I'm proud to say I'm genuinely not bullshitting when I say I don't know. I like, I have like really shit executive functioning skills, and I don't know my calendar very well. So I truly actually don't know. I hope so. That'd be really fucking cool. I'd very much like to. And if not this year, I'm sure like at some point, you know, like I gotta eventually swing back around. But yeah, shouts to Shams, because I fucking love that festival. It's the best. For real.
I'm just curious. How did you get as big as you are now? Like, what was your starting out to this point?
You guys, I would say it's a bunch of, it's luck, timing, the support of you nice people, artists bigger than me using their platform to share my artwork. Touring, I think, is a huge factor. Like, I definitely had an extremely small following for many years, and I would tour around playing, you know, like tiny little 50-person, 100-person dive bars, and I feel like being in a show so intimate, like so personal like that, you really develop these like really close connections with those original core, you know, fan base. And it was just brick by brick for an extremely long time. And so when I finally had my first opportunity to play a festival, which was Camp Bisco, anyone that goes to Camp Bisco, like I had played every small town in the surrounding like 3,000 square miles, like every little dive bar. So like a lot of the people there were like, oh, we gotta go see this. I know we've never heard of him, but my homie saw the set at this tiny place and said it was crazy, so we should go check it out. So having played so many tiny little shows, when I finally went to my first festival, it was like the first meetup of all of those people that went to all of them. So instead of it being 50 people, it was like 6,000 people. And because I had been producing at that point for like already like 10, 11 years, I was already playing all original sets and everything. It was like when preparation meets opportunity. It was like I finally had the opportunity to showcase in front of a big group, but I had been grinding for already over a whole ass decade, so that when I now have this opportunity, I have like a ton of shit to show people. But so many factors go into it. Luck is probably one of the biggest ones. And then the other biggest one is you guys decide to support me. Like it's literally you guys, like literally. It's not me, it's you. But then it's also bigger artists helping, you know, and then when shit goes viral or when songs do well, you know what I mean? It's so weird. It's never the song you expect to be popular, you know? It's always like literally, even Subtronics, we were like, I don't know, I'll test it, see if it works. And then I was like, oh, what the fuck? So like, I have a real shit internal barometer for when stuff is gonna be like popular or not. But yeah, I think it's all that stuff combined. And then I think another factor too is like, so for me, the goal was not to get popular, the goal was not recognition, the goal was not fame, the goal was to get good at making music because it's really fun to make music. So I just never, there was never like oh, it hasn't happened yet, like I'm already getting out of this what I want. Like even if there's no one listening, I'm already satisfied and I'm going to continue to keep doing this because I'm having a good time. It's the best analogy I can say is like, I say this all the time, it's like Ableton replaced video games, you know? Or like Ableton became the video game, and that's when I get home or when I'm stressed out, I need a form of escape, you know? And it still is extremely much to this day. Whenever I'm anxious or angry at the horrible, atrocious state of the world, it is really nice to escape into Ableton, you know? So it is my catharsis, and making music is my comfort. So I think because I just forever, always will just keep on making music, that it's like a statistics thing of like inevitability, you know? And I say that to aspiring artists all the time. If you just keep making music literally forever, statistically speaking, something to some degree is mathematically inevitable, you know? So I think that's a factor as well. Yeah. Oh yeah. Over yonder.
I got a question about songwriting for you.
Yeah.
So when you collab with other artists for like vocal features who are already like big artists, so like Royal the Serpent or Grabbits you've worked with a lot, do you write their lyric parts for them, or do you give them some creative freedom there, or like how does that work? Like do you send them the song with the lyrics written, or do you just like kind of send them the melodies and let them come with the lyrics? How does that work?
I give them full creative freedom. I have like almost minimal to no experience with writing lyrics. I'll sometimes, like, I think like once or twice, like I have had like some sort of lead and they were like, hey, what if we take this lead out and I just follow that melody? But yeah, usually total creative freedom. I definitely try and be in the mindset of like, I am extremely not an expert in so many things. I'm kind of only good at the stuff that I've grinded for forever, and I haven't grinded vocals. So like I want to find someone who's really good at it and just let them do their thing. I'm gonna get out of their way. And then other instances, I'll get like a bunch of demos, like I'll get like 30 top lines, and then I'm able to like, you know, pick out like, oh, this one is amazing. So sometimes I'll get the vocals first and I'll write a song up around them. That's been like more recent, is like I'll get vocals and then I'll write a song around the vocals, and then we'll send it to that vocalist and be like, hey, do you like this, please? Can we, you know? And then other times, especially in the case of like Grabbits, who's like a lot more of a homie, I could just be like, yo, thought of you for this song, here you go, you wanna do stuff? And he's like, oh, I got something immediately for this. And then I'm like, oh, that's amazing, holy shit. And then it happens really easily and organically. But yeah, I'm definitely completely novice and inexperienced to writing lyrics. lyrics. They'd probably be really cheesy if it was up to me. So yeah. But I know other artists are sometimes really involved. I actually don't totally know, but either way.
Weird question, but
Yes.
was there a reason you like cut your hair, or what was the reason you cut your hair?
So okay, they're literally like aside from like impulsive and random, not even really. I've always been back and like, so the reason why it got so long in the first place was because I didn't know what to do with it and I couldn't make a decision. So I was in like full-on decision paralysis for like the longest fucking time. And I couldn't commit to something drastic and I didn't know what to do. And I was in a previous relationship where they pressured me into cutting my hair and I hated it. And I was like, never again. And then I met a stylist who is like goated, like unbelievably, like they are for sure like S tier. And having been more and more indecisive and unable to figure out what to do, and more a little bit like not super stoked on the whole like I have to have my hair up in a bun 90% of the time thing. I was just like, one, kind of debating a change, ready for a change. I'd like literally once every 3 months, I'd be like to Sonia, like, hey, what if I like cut my hair? I kind of feel like, because I don't know what to do with this fucking bun, and I can never get it to sit right, and it always feels like it looks weird, and I never get sense. It just like, there's all this stuff I was like kind of like weirdly background unhappy with. I just never met a stylist who I trusted enough to like just be like, you know what you're doing, go for it. So yeah, honestly, I met a stylist that I had enough faith in to just finally take the leap and fix my shit, because it was fucked up. But thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, that, and I was just like, felt like it truly. There's no new album or anything, I just felt like it. That was almost the caption for the post. I was like, sorry guys, no album, just felt like it. Over there.
If you could have each finger be a consumable liquid, which 5 liquids would you choose to
Wait,
drink?
okay, I could barely, could we repeat?
If you could dispense liquid from every finger on your one hand, which 5 liquids are you choosing to drink?
Fuck, that's a good one. Okay, water for sure. Iced latte, iced vanilla latte with almond milk for sure is another one. Molly water. Lean, no, I'm just kidding. Fuck, man, those are like the 2 liquids that I consume, water and coffee. Dabs are a liquid? Yeah, like RSO oil, probably. I'd say is one. And then, I don't really drink it much anymore, but just for like the sentimental value, I'd say Mountain Dew's probably gotta be one of them. Just for like the OGs that remember. We're healthy now, but fuck, what's the last one? I want it to be funny, but like not. Liquid LSD. Fuck.
Water.
Water again. Water, but colder.
Vitamin water.
Water, parenthesis, for my dogs.
Yes.
for Mochi and Ellie, yeah. That's another one of those. I'm gonna think of a really good answer in the green room later and be like, fuck! Should've thought of it. But yeah. That's the craziest question.
Saw, dude.
I was texting Getter today. That's wild. We were talking about skateboarding video games.
You know what? It's a good point you brought that up. I was gonna ask, is there a chance that you would work with somebody like Getter / Tara Reid, or like more hip hop rap artists? I think your sub-style would work perfectly for like heavy rap music like that.
Dude, I keep making hip hop beats, I swear to God. Like, so one, yeah, but like literally, hold on, I sent this together. I keep making beats, man. I'm prepared. I got this other one, like.
Can you freestyle?
No. for sure. I think the answer would for sure be yes. It's so hard though because I keep making shit like that and I don't know how to turn it into like something I would play. So I got to figure that out. But just like unrelated. Just wanted to interject. By the way, holy water. For the record. Over yonder.
So my kids are huge fans, and they're always asking how you came up with the name Subtronics.
That is so nice, and tell them thank you. So it's subwoofers and electronics are my two favorite things. And then the additional lore is that my first alias was architect, and I didn't know, and I should have fucking known this because they're literally from Philadelphia. There was already another architect like in the local scene, and he was very politely just like, hey, I exist, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta change my name. So yeah, I remember like pacing around thinking like, fuck, what do I call myself? And then my two favorite things were just subwoofers and electronics, so yeah.
So I've been following you on Instagram for a while here, and you've been playing everywhere around the world.
It's true.
Anywhere that's just like left an imprint on you for an area that you played, whatever, like
Japan. Like without question, it's just the best place. Like, it's fucked. The crowd energy is so unbelievably good. I mean, so like Japan and anywhere French, like Montreal and Paris as well, go totally fucking ballistic. Fuck, Germany's really good too. I mean, obviously, like, there's a lot of places in the U.S. as well that have like really crazy crowds, but Japan has got it right. Probably my favorite place ever, just because the fashion and the food and everyone's really, really, really polite and the culture is just incredible. And their fans are just like unbelievably passionate and high energy. And like I noticed, even walking around, like there would be like huge groups of kids with like a boombox in the middle of the street in the middle of the day, just like playing a Martin Garrix song at full volume, having like a full-blown party. Like just like 12 like teenagers going fucking apeshit over like rave music in the streets, which is pretty. I've never seen that anywhere else, you know. Or like I'd walk into a store and they'd be playing like Fiend on the overhead like speaker, and then there'd be like groups of kids in the store like borderline moshing to this shit. They just have so much energy and they're so down. It's crazy. So yeah, Japan really sticks out, both audience-wise and just like as an incredible place to go visit. I don't know, like honestly, so many of the places I go are like just totally mind-blowing. All of Asia, everywhere in Asia is totally unreal. That place is crazy. Hong Kong is insane. Singapore completely blew my mind. And I only went through the airport and it completely blew my fucking mind. One of the craziest airports on the planet. Oh man, I have more of this for sure. No, it's gone. Japan. Thank you.
Hey there, Jesse.
Yo.
So, what would be your best advice for somebody that's a listener that wants to become a DJ? Like, what would be the best advice to give them to start out?
So, the first thing I noticed, and this is like such a common, I don't want to say misconception, but like such a common piece of information that I have noticed isn't as disseminated as much. But I would almost say like decide on, I'll find a better way to explain this. There's two disciplines, right? Like there's DJing and then there's song making. So I have been making music for about like almost 17 years now. And then I started learning how to DJ just as like a necessity to play my songs. Like I identified all the way as a songwriter or song programmer. And then DJing was an additional secondary thing just because I had to figure out a way to play my songs on stage. So it depends on if you want to be a DJ or to be a producer, and many people, most, do both, obviously. YouTube tutorials, there's so much information, nothing is gatekept anymore. Like when I first started, everyone was keeping everything super closely guarded. I like saw fistfights break out over snare drum samples, it was crazy. And now there's like this culture of total open source information, so there's so much knowledge, all of the secrets are out, you know? Everything is available online, there's so many unbelievably talented, you know, underappreciated genius artists whose Patreon you should support, you know, so they can pay their rent because they deserve to, and so that they're sharing really valuable information. It is, yeah, for real, that's a good example. Or like Nosphere, so many. And then there's nothing to replace a good old 10,000 hours, you know? I was really, really, really bad for like the first 5-6 years. There's just nothing that can replace putting in the time. You have to put in the time. Some people are really lucky and they learn really fast. I learned really slow. I was really, really bad. And then the other thing that at the rant I always go on, I don't hammer it as much now because then I went on a rant and then I kept seeing it on the internet. So I was like, I don't want to seem like a broken record. But the one thing that really, really helped when I was like 5 or 6 years in and I wasn't happy with my music and it didn't seem like it was going anywhere, was I made friends with some people that were like really harsh critics and like absolutely ripped my shit to shreds. And it started to get me to focus on the things that I wasn't as strong at instead of like just staying comfortable and working on what I knew I was already strong at and ignoring my weaknesses. I took an opposite approach and was like, let's actually focus on the weaknesses so that we can make that better. Because no one is perfect at everything, you know, there's always gonna be room to improve. So now I like to think, what am I the worst at and how can I fix that, you know? So kind of just taking the mindset of like, how can I just perpetually stay upgrading? I also like to think of it as like an RPG skill tree, you know? And so it's like, the more practice I get, that's skill points I can then spend, you know? So it's like, if I wanna like, I put all my fucking XP into sound design and mix downs, you know what I mean? But I've been neglecting arrangement and songwriting, so let's grind on that for a couple years and then get better at that, you know? And it's like, I feel like when you analyze an artist's skills, you really can almost chart it on like one of those like circle graphs, you know what I mean? Of each category of strength, and it like makes that weird shape, you know? So my goal is to just make a, you know, round shape and be as well-rounded as I possibly can. And even still to this day, there's a ton of shit that I fucking suck at and I want to get better. Like writing vocals, I don't know how to do that at all. Or like, I don't know, I have zero music theory background whatsoever. Like I'm 100%, I just go by ear. And that's a handicap. Like I would definitely have a significantly easier time writing music if I had an understanding of music theory. And all the time I think, I should take lessons. Like why not? Like I should just fucking go take lessons. So I should take my own advice and focus on what I'm bad at. Well, I do. But yeah, that's the main thing. And then, yeah, there's just, it blows my mind how open source information is now. Like, it's all of the secrets. If you want to learn how to make a good snare, you can figure it out on the internet now, which is crazy. But yeah, I'd say those three things. Tutorials, fucking putting the work in, and focus on your weakness. Thank you. Good luck. Yes, hello.
Holy shit, what's up?
How's it going?
What's been one of your favorite like crowd reactions to a drop or a song that you've played? Or like, what's your favorite song to play that gets that like amazing reaction?
Right now, I really like a AFB1 or a fucking big one. The laser drop is really fun. Also, the first drop just works like really well. The Cranked at ID has been a habit of really working very well. Final Breath, oh my god. I didn't expect. So it's so funny, like when I was playing it for the longest time when it was unreleased, and like it was unreleased so no one knew it, so like no one would like sing along to it. And I was like, not like, I don't know, like it's just no one sang along to it. And then when it came out, I wasn't expecting anyone to sing along to it because no one had been singing along to it. And then all of a sudden everyone started screaming the pre-drop. So that became an extremely, extremely fun moment. Just because it's such a high energy, crazy thing, and it's just like, I feel so honored and touched that people like my songs enough to sing them like that. And then Screamsaver, for sure, is just always fun to play. But also, from a production standpoint, whatever song is the first song we do a laser blackout on always fucking rips so hard, like I like come out of my body completely. And then the first like firework or pyro moment as well is always like, oh my god. So like anything where the crowd just like screams or gets a big reaction. And it's also like, it's so dependent from city to city. Like you go to Denver and like the more experimental, like bassy stuff will get like the craziest reaction. But then you go to like Texas or like Montreal and like Arizona, and then they don't react vocally as much to those kind of weirder tunes, but then you play some like more textbook rhythm or you play some like true tear out and the mosh pits are like, Jesus Christ, you know? So it really depends on city to city. It's almost like an ever-changing Rorschach kind of situation. But yeah, I mean, I would say the easy answer would probably be like Screensaver. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, Jesse.
Hello.
I'm sorry, this isn't going to be a question, but I was very motivated whenever I saw you and Sonya's Halloween costume.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I took
That's all her.
Yeah, I took the Fibonacci symbol and I made it so you're holding onto the ring,
Oh
and
my
I made
God.
you and Sonya a hoodie.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I
I
Thank
wanted
you
to
so
gift
much.
you merch because you gave all of us free merch, so thank you for
Thank
that.
you so much. It's amazing. I appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. Oh my god, this is so cursed. Bro. I'll show you guys. Bro. Whatever you do lives on the internet forever. That's a lesson that I learned today. Oh man, thank you so much. That's amazing. I appreciate it. Over there.
Hi.
Hello.
Fibonacci, other than being a cool name, how did you, if you did, how did you incorporate it into your music writing?
Someone actually asked me this earlier, and it's so funny because like I kind of came up with this answer after the fact. Like the original baseline reason for Fibonacci is kind of just like throughout my entire life I've just always been obsessed with like science and theoretical physics and like crazy space theories and anything where like Neil deGrasse Tyson or Carl Sagan is narrating and talking about wormholes, like I'm in it. So that's where like fractals came from because I was obsessed with like all that shit, and then Tesseract was honestly the main one because I've been obsessed with higher dimensional physics my whole fucking life. But I always try and keep a theme of like, how can I make this like science-based but like theoretical-based, but also I love Fibonacci as like a concept because it's almost like a not literally unified field theory, but it's like it does explain all of reality in a sense, or like it's something that can be found mysteriously through all of the natural world, which is trippy and crazy, and it's just like a trippy, crazy, insane concept. So like anything like that I want to name my projects after. But to truly answer the question, the way I kind of correlated that into my own project on a personal level was the album Fibonacci. I mean, honestly, as my albums always are, is I'm trying to make like a showcase of like every single thing I know how to do that I've learned over the years, because I've spent a decade learning how to make heavy quarter note dubstep, but I've also spent so much time learning how to make drum and bass, learning how to make funky dubstep, learning how to make halftime stuff, learning how to make house, learning how to make trance. Like I love every genre, like literally, I really do. And there's a small part of me that like is out to prove myself that I can execute every genre, but also because trying new things is fun, and that's how production stays fun. If you do, it's like a different genre is like a different, not to do a video game analogy again, but it's like if Ableton is a PS5, dubstep is Halo, and then like house is like FIFA, right? And like, so sometimes if you rinse one video game for fucking years on end, you know what I mean? Like you want to play something else for a bit so that when you go back, it's fun again. Especially if you get like writer's block, you know? Like if I sit down to make a dubstep tune, I can't think of shit, I have no ideas, I'm not inspired by anything. Just start making some like house or drum and bass, and like all of a sudden I'm excited again, I'm inspired again, I'm having a good time writing again. I think I've completely fucking lost the plot of the original question. But, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring it back around. Yeah, it does come back to Molly water. Oh my god. Fucking no. So Fibonacci, I wanted it to be representative. The way the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio represents all things in the natural realm, I wanted Fibonacci, the album, to represent all of my skills in my world. I wanted it to be like the way this is a unified theory for all of reality. Fibonacci is a unified field theory for all of my art. It's like my whole entire project. You know, it's like this is the golden ratio for everything I know how to do. So it was kind of like a summary of just every single thing that I want to present. You know, thank you. But I just want to like world build and create. You know, and it's another way of thinking about it. Oh fuck! Shut the fuck up with the video game analogies already. You ever like get a DLC and the map gets bigger? It's almost like that. It's like I have existing maps already, and then the new album is a DLC, so the map is now twice the size, and there's more world building, more realms to explore, and things to learn, etc., etc. I'm sorry for getting so lost on that tangent there, but hopefully it illuminated. Over there.
Hello, Jesse. I love you so much. I made this perler for you. Can I give it to you?
Yeah, definitely. That's fine.
Yeah, dude.
And I think that's like I can try. I think that's like will exactly fit into my.
It's fucking huge.
I don't check a bag because we travel a lot, but I got a carry-on. I think this will fit in the carry-on. Thank you. This is beautiful.
Thank you so much, dude.
Dude, this takes so much time. Like every single time I see one of these, like I just think about how like it takes like fucking 10 hours. Like that's.
Well, you're fucking the man, so it's no time at all, brother.
I appreciate it.
Hell yeah. My question is, will you please start making more D&B, because I secretly think that you're one of the best D&B artists in the entire world and you don't make it enough.
Thank you. Oh man, not even close, dude. Have you ever heard of Billion? Or Belaine? There was a crazy neuro EP Belaine put out this year that made me want to delete Ableton off my computer forever. Definitely, I always kind of circle back around to it. You know what's crazy? That whip, I played the pressure whip when I first played for you guys. It sounds 140, and it was so funny. When I showed that song to Sonia, and she's like, that's a cool song. I was like, hey Sonia, if you were to guess what BPM that is, like what do you think it is? Actually, I'm just gonna fucking pull it up at very low volume. Oh, did I already lose it? There it is. So, let me make this quiet because I'm not trying to like, you guys already heard it. But, oh, that's so loud. Okay.
That's too much pressure.
Right, so you would like think that that's like 140 or 150, right? Like it sounds like, you know, like dubstep. Dude, that's 180. That's right? Like what the fuck? I literally, it was so funny, I was working on it and I was like, what would this sound like if I slowed it down to 150? And then it literally sounded like it was at like 128. I don't know, it's just the groove of the tune. Either way, I think I'll always come back around and make drum and bass every now and then, you know, because I fucking love it, listen to it all the time, and so it seeps into my brain and then becomes my musical output. But that being said, it is, in my opinion, like the calculus of dance music. It's the most difficult and nuanced and complicated, and the people who are good at it are like the best living producers on the planet. There literally is like a whole discourse of like when dubstep producers try and make drum and bass. It's like a whole, we're gonna laugh because like they're like drum and bass producers are so fucking ridiculously cracked. And it's intimidating to make, truly, because as a dubstep guy, you know, like everyone's got I have imposter syndrome, you know, so I always feel honestly like not worthy in a sense, just because the talented drum and bass, like Noisia for example, or Methjus for example, like those guys are truly goated, like so unbelievably beyond what should be humanly possible. But to the same end, that's so fucking cool that it's like really inspiring to make me want to try. As of right now, I don't have any drum and bass whips, but like I'm sure they'll come back around. I definitely make it once in a while for sure. So I would expect more eventually, you know, one day, soon, probably. Yeah. And also thank you for the kind words, I appreciate it. Sorry to be so self-deprecating. Over there.
Do you have a favorite Pokemon, and if so, who is it and why?
Ah, shit. Will's stoked, dude. Our sound guy's really into Pokemon. Ditto? I'm just going like this. I don't have no reasoning at all. It was just the first thing that came to my mind. But that little fuck is cute. Little fucking guy. Is that Ditto? That's crazy. Yeah, dude. Sick. Over there.
Hey, so I got a question for you. Have you ever made a song about zeros and ones? If you did, would you blast off in the universe?
Oh my god, that's one good idea, and I should do that. I have not, but do you ever? I'm gonna answer your question with a question, or just telling you some lore. Speaking of ones and zeros in relation to music, one of the coolest things that I think ever has happened in the history of forever. My all-time favorite band, Radiohead. They released. And I'm gonna get the numbers probably a little bit backwards, but like it's kind of the same concept. They released OK Computer. I think it was like October 1st or like October 10th or like January 10th, 2000. I want to say 1. And then they released In Rainbows either like January 10th or October 1st. In 2010, right? So if you look at the dates, it's all ones and zeros. So the lore there is that if you play track 1 of OK Computer and then track 1 of In Rainbows and then track 2 of OK Computer and track 2 of In Rainbows, it like works. Like it goes, right? So that's like a whole crazy binary fucking Easter egg that Radiohead stuck into their music, which is super fucking cool. Me personally, no, but that is a cool idea. I should try one day. Yeah, I'll definitely think about it. That's like a really interesting, like I wonder like how that would like manifest into art or like, there's so many different ways. I mean, almost in a sense, every single song is ones and zeros because we're just like programming electronic code, you know? And Molly Water. It's a theme of the event. But no, good idea. I'm gonna try it. Hell yeah, man. Over yonder.
I need to know, what's the best weed strain you've ever smoked in your life?
Oh man, I don't have one.
Give me your top 3. Give me
I don't
3
even know.
strains.
Yeah, it's so funny, like I don't remember them. I don't remember them. I don't even like take note of the strain when I smoke it. Like I don't know if it's like a getting older thing, but I stopped paying attention to strains. I don't even know if I ever paid attention to strains. I look at terp profile, like I pay attention to terpene profile a little bit, yeah, I just get the fucking weed and smoke it, man. I will say, and I don't even know if this is like true anymore, but this was like my opinion from like 2-3 years ago. I really like 710 Labs. They have phenomenal flower. They're really, really good. I'm sure there's other really good companies that I don't know about. When I buy weed in Philly, like I literally just go to some, it's the old fashioned way. It's because it's not legal there. So I just go to some guy's house, you know? And I'm like, yo, what's the good one? Let me get the good one. He's like, yo, this shit, man. And I'm like, all right, sick. And then I get the fuck out of there. Another thing is like, and I don't know if this is true, / I don't know if anyone has seen the show Adam Ruins Everything. It's a fucking great show. There's like no real regulatory process to like actually quantifiably define strains. So a lot of dispensaries just fucking call shit randomly, you know? And they'll like, smells kind of like AK-47. Fuck it, AK-47. I feel like medium stone. Fuck it, 23%, whatever. No one's checking this shit. So that's how it goes most of the time. So I almost just like don't even subscribe to any of it. I like GMO. GMO's fire. I just for the flavor, you know, like garlic, mushroom, and onion is a good flavor. Yeah, dude, GMO's good. I was a hash rosin snob for many years. Hash rosin is fucking. Yeah, I'm unfamiliar. I know that like I was never really fond of diamonds because they're super harsh, and I was never really super fond of like distillate and live rosin and live resin. But my good friend hash rosin, that's a fucking banger. But as I got older, and this happens to many people as they hit their late 20s, I was in the hundreds of milligrams of cannabis per day or of THC per day. I started getting real anxious and sleepy. So I switched back to flower. And it's so funny, like I do be smoking all day for sure, but I have like a joint on my desk and I'll light it and hit it twice and then forget about it. And I just do that every 20 minutes, you know? So I'm never, the way I describe it to my parents, because they worry, as they should, because they're so cute. I always say like, I'm never more than like a 3 or a 4 out of 10 stoned. Like it's like, it is truly just an oral fixation, cup of coffee, you know, nervous system regulatory type thing. Yeah, I just buy whatever and smoke tiny amounts throughout the entire fucking day. Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's your favorite memory with Level Up?
A lot come to mind. Some of the best ones. So we play this game, and apparently there's a name for this game. I didn't know that. But if we're like bored, like at a restaurant waiting for food, or like waiting in the airport or something like that, we'll say like pick a random number between 1 and 100, and we've gotten the same number first try like 10, 15 plus times. So every time that happens, it's like whoa. Getting married, obviously. Honeymoon, obviously. The time we spend with our dogs. The Halloween costumes. But yeah, honestly, I feel like it's like the numbers game is a good one. And then, I don't know, just like hanging out with her. Like it's just like a constant forever thing. We just watch movies every night, or like going out to see like comedy shows and stuff. I don't know. I wish this is a third one that I'm gonna like have a really good example that I wish I thought of in the moment that I'm gonna remember like 3 hours from now. But yeah, I'll go with the numbers game, and then going sledding together when it was snowing, that was good. And then walking our dogs in the woods is awesome. And then like going on vacations and stuff together. Yeah. Over there.
Hi. I was wondering if you had any like tips or like techniques that you use to turn like these crazy noises that you make in your head into something physical and something awesome.
So hell yeah, I love that I get to say this. I don't make them in my head at all. I literally, like, it doesn't, so a lot of people have, my brain is broken, I like totally broke. A lot of people are under the impression that or any producer has an idea for a song before they sit down to make the song, or like they hear a sound in their head before they sit down to make it. In many instances, it is the opposite. My process is trial and error, truly. Experimenting and playing around with different parameters and just goofing around, trying different things, trying to learn new things. And like literally just dicking around in Ableton until something cool happens. Usually the cool thing happening is an accident. I never know what a song is gonna sound like when I sit down to make one. That often is the source of writer's block, you know? It's like I sit down to make a tune, I don't know what it sounds like yet, so how the fuck am I gonna make it? I don't know what it fucking sounds like. And so the way I solve that is by just fucking, you know, goofing around, starting to try and sound design a new bass, you know, no idea what, I'm just gonna start playing around with knobs, experimenting with different things on it, throw different stuff, mix and match different techniques and stuff like that, hope that something cool happens, and then if something cool does happen and I get excited about it, try and like take that as like a lead on like a mystery, like it's a lead on the case, and then you just follow it, right? So like if something really sick out of nowhere accidentally pops up, start to take that idea and then refine it. So like most of the time, like if I like write a bass line, it's just like a silly little goof around idea, and then like after like 3 hours, I'm like, oh wait, that's actually that's kind of a little bit cool. Let's see where that goes, you know? And then, you know, 4 hours later, flow state, blackout, press play. Oh, holy shit, this is like a crazy song. How the fuck did I do that?
Holy water!
I feel like you have a timer on your phone and it's like every 8.5 minutes. Perfect rotation. But yeah, no, I am excited to tell you that it happens the opposite of that. It's not in my head and I never know what I'm gonna do when I sit down. It truly is just experimenting, mixing and matching different ideas and waiting for something cool to come along. And then once it does, honing in on it and crafting it and trying to flesh that out, you know, into a final complete idea. And what's interesting is like, for 1 in every 5 of those will actually turn into a finished song. And then like 1 in every 10 songs will be something that I actually feel good enough about to show to anybody. And then like 1 in every 10 of those songs is like a song that will like resonate with the audience and like, you know, like become a thing that people want to hear and does really good live. So yeah, hopefully that's some insight.
Hi Jesse,
Hello.
I love you so much.
Thank you.
I was just wondering if you and Level Up are ever gonna play anything near us anytime soon?
Wait, can we clarify, what do you, like, what do you mean, like playing anything near you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, like a Leveltronics back-to-back in Canada.
Yeah,
Okay. Gotcha. Oh, fuck, I'm so removed from like the show planning. Not specifically. It would be really, really cool to. I'm definitely down. I say yes to like every offer that gets sent my way. Shambhala would be super fucking sick for sure. Yeah, it's my agent. It's not me. I say all the time, like, Subtronics has like become this like crazy team effort of all these really, really talented people doing what they're best at, and it's like I'm just the guy who like makes the songs and puts the sets together and plays the sets, and I run the social media. But like the shows themselves and all the logistics and all the production and all that shit, that is by people who are way smarter and more organized and type A than I failed out of college like badly. So yeah, I'm hopeful. I would love to. It would be super sick. To my knowledge, there is no plans currently. Definitely, totally possible one day. There's no reason why not. I'd be super down. I think it'd be super sick. So I'm hopeful. Love going back to back with Sonia because it's like DJing in a mirror. I say all the time, like, we have a really similar style where like we like to do our doubles live, so we're using all the decks, and sometimes when you're going back to back with someone who doesn't do double drops or triple drops, or they don't do them live, they can be a little overwhelming, but with Sonia, she's the same page, you know? So it's really awesome and really fun to go back to back with her. I love tagging with her. And any time there's an offer for a Leveltronics thing, we always say yes. So I'm right there with you, fingers crossed. I think it'd be sick. That was the way your ears just did that fucking... I love that. Oh my God, that's so cool. I'm obsessed. Amazing. All right, yeah. Over there.
Wagwan.
What up?
So
Channeling his inner Boogie T.
Killing it, by the way.
Thank you.
But for God Loves Ugly, were you Atmosphere fan before you absolutely...
Oh my God,
decided
yes.
to kill
Extremely
that one?
yes.
Or you just went out and did it first try?
Sorry to cut you off, but no, extremely yes. I grew up listening to Atmosphere, 100%. Yeah. Oh man.
And will you play it tonight?
It wasn't in a set list, but now I'm going to try and put it in there because I saw. Alright, I gotta make a note. I gotta. Oh, that would be a fucking. Because someone else said that every time we touch bootleg that I totally forgot about. So I gotta add both of those in. Yeah. Hopefully I have time. Worst case scenario, I'll take something else out. Oh, yeah. Okay. Should we do? Okay. All right. We are out of time. We're gonna take a group picture. Thank you guys so fucking much. This was awesome. I fucking love this format. I love talking to you guys. It's so fucking cool. I really, really, really appreciate everybody taking your time and fucking spending your hard-earned money to come here, like for real. Like I really fucking appreciate